I just kind of wanted to know what were some unhealthy habits that you had as a teenager, and how did you grow out of it?
That's a great question, Angel, because I had quite a few. I had quite a few. The first was watching lots of TV on the weekend. So my mom, if she's an amazing person and just had a lot of insight into raising children and just guiding us on the right path. So one of the things that she did after reading Gifted Hands by Ben Carson was that idea about making your kids write book reports. So she had us do that. So we were reading books and writing book reports. And then during the summer, she would say, you worked really hard during the year, enjoy yourself. Like the summer is for you to just enjoy. You don't need to be doing, being really particular about the time that you're spending doing academic stuff. Like it's all fun. And then she would do that for the weekend. She's like, you work hard during the week, and on the weekends you can kind of relax a little bit. So on the weekends I would I would watch TV, and sometimes in the wee hours of the morning, 3 o'clock, I'm just kind of vegging out. And it was fun at the time, but as I learned more about the value of sleep and rest, it actually didn't make sense for me to be staying up until 3 o'clock watching TV. So that was one habit that I practiced as a teenager. The other was downing bowls of Cheez-It. So Cheez-It was my favorite junk food as a middle schooler teenager. And I'm not even into all the different flavors. I just want the original one. That was what I loved. And I would just have bowls of Cheez-It. I would just have bowls of this snack, and then again learning over time what really helps my body to tick. So that was another one. Pulling all-nighters in college. So that was something that you kind of get acculturated into that, because everyone's like, I do that. Oh my gosh, I have this thing, got to do that all night or get it done. And it is a practice that people, carry out in college because things happen. You might not be using your time well, managing your time properly, and you'll get into those situations. And I just realized early on, I was like, this is not sustainable because I'm not feeling well. I'm going into class. I was staying up until 3 o'clock last night. And also just staying up late in general, going to bed at 1 o'clock was actually my cycle. I would probably go to bed around 1:30 on a regular basis, and then pulling the all-nighter sometimes. So I just noticed like this is not working for me. I don't know about all these other people, but I just realized I'm a geriatric millennial. I can't go to bed all these late hours of the night. I have to get some good sleep. And then the last two, overeating. So I love food. I'm such a foodie. So people know that from my Instagram. And for me, I just enjoy eating. There's like a process of it. And some people don't. My sister is completely different. She eats for survival. She's like, gosh, I got to eat. I'm trying to do this work. I got to get something in. That's kind of her point of view. I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat for breakfast, what I'm going to eat for lunch. That's me. So just eating more than I need to. And really that was driven a lot by, processed foods or foods that just were designed in a way to push me to eat more. And then the last is unhealthy mental habits, which I wanted to just touch on because a lot of how we deal with mental health, number one, we practice favoritism towards what we consider physical health, and we don't put the same energy on mental health as it deserves. And what we find is that as much as we see that our lifestyle affects our physical health, our lifestyle actually affects our mental health the same way. And the same way that you practice certain habits to have good health physically, it's the same way with mental health. So I would describe, situations that were challenging. I would do a lot of things that weren't helpful, like catastrophizing. Oh my gosh, it's the worst situation in the world. Something happened and I felt bad about it. I'm like, gosh, I am such an idiot, things like that. And those are not helpful practices mentally. It actually starts to take a toll on how you think about yourself and what you're doing. So those are some of the unhealthy habits I practiced as a teenager.